Hi guys. Um, I'm Taylor. uh, I'm making this video because I think it's better to say, talk about my best friend than write it down. Okay. Well, Elizabeth Jane Vinny is my best friend, and she's my number one, and she's also over there. No, over there. She's over there. On my general thing. Um, well, Elizabeth is funny. she, okay, well, I'm gonna cry. No. Oh God, I'm crying. Oh God. Oh.
Why are you crying?
I don't know because I'm a baby.
It's too early to cry.
Okay, well, it's freaking 4:15 in the morning. I'm freaking crying like a retard. Okay.
Look, I got rid
Stop
of
crying.
the pimples.
Okay, well, anyways, Elizabeth was my best friend. Elizabeth is my best friend. Okay, well, this is Elizabeth over here.
No, I don't know.
That's my best friend. You better love her or I'll kick your ass. Okay, well, yeah. So we have a lot of insiders or whatever you like to call them. There was this one time when when her bed was over there, and it was funny because I was like, oh no, Elizabeth got off the bed and cause she's getting a Mountain Dew and she was like, run with your dew. It was funny. You had to be there. There was also this time when I was at my house and she was at her house and we were texting, and she told me to read her headline thing, which it said "Smoke me, I'm dope," and I read it too fast and I was like, "Smoke me, dope." That was funny too. There was another one when I came into Elizabeth's room one day. She was on the bed because she told me to come over, and I never told her I was on my way. So her mom let me in, but she didn't hear me. And I opened the door real fast, and she was like, "Where'd you come from?" It was funny. There was another time when I was like, "You fucking," or no, I was like, "You losing," and Elizabeth was like, "You fucking losing." That was funny too. There was another thing when, me and Elizabeth were fighting with somebody. I don't remember who. And Elizabeth was like, because they weren't talking, Elizabeth was like, say something. What? It was funny. There's another time, I'm just telling you everything. There was another time when I was so ditzy one day. Like, I was sitting, like, on her computer chair and she was on her bed texting somebody. And I was like, Elizabeth? And she was like, what? And I was serious. I was really serious. I was like, Elizabeth? She was like, what? I was like, let's make a box. And it was funny because that's what I said. I didn't explain why. But, the reason why is because I wanted to put, like, all of our things in there and stuff. But, there's more. Gotta think of them. But,
Look, I got rid of our pimples.
lovely.
Okay.
But there's this one time when I was talking to this boy named Zach on texting, and he was like he was telling me like what he likes about a girl or whatever, and he was like saying something about how if they're funny or whatever, and I looked over at Elizabeth and I was like, Elizabeth, I'm funny, right? And she was like, yeah, Taylor, you're funny. That was funny, trust me, we were laughing. That's cuter. That's better. Anyway, so, well, there was another time. Oh, let me tell you about this story, which is over there. There's that little scroll box thing. You could read it, and it'll pretty much say what I'm about to say. But okay. This was just the other day, which is probably Monday, I think, because I'm here like all the time. Like I'm here, pretty much. I don't know. It's pretty much my house. But okay, because we were fighting the day before that. Well, it wasn't really a fight, it was kind of stupid, because we fight weirdly. Okay, well, because I went over to somebody's house, and because I was supposedly supposed to do something else, but it didn't work out, and Elizabeth didn't know the whole story, so she got really pissy because we don't like each other, like, hanging out with other people, because we pretty much want each other all to ourselves. But, I mean, that's just our relationship, and if you can't understand that, then fuck you. But, okay, well, anyways, okay, so the day before, like, the day when we were fighting, she was like, Taylor, so you went over to Blank's house, right? And I was like, notice how I'm labeling them? Well, anyways, and I was like, and then we just got in this whole big fight, and, like, you should have seen it, because it kind of seemed like she wanted to start the fight or whatever, but she probably didn't. She did. She's weird like that, but I was like, Elizabeth, I don't want to fucking fight right now. And I was like, okay, I love you, bye. This is our fights, okay? I go, okay, love you, bye. And she goes, love you too, bye. That's our fights. It's pretty funny. But then the next day after that, we didn't talk the whole entire rest of the time. The next day after that, I am her, and I was like, Elizabeth, I miss you. And she was like, oh, I miss you too, okay? So, pretty weird. But, when we fight, we really can't last that long. So, kind of really tells you that we're best friends. Okay, well, then the next day after that, wait, no, it was that day, actually. What am I talking about? Okay, well, I was like, so any plans for tonight? Because I wanted to stay, right? And she said, nope. And I was like, oh, she's like, I have no life. And I was like, oh, me neither. And then, she was like, because there's another insider. I was in her bed, and I was like, yeah, I was in her bed. No, I was laying on her bed, and I was like, Elizabeth, oh no, I was like, Elizabeth, I can't be miserable for life, because I was like, I don't know, I was being a little drama queen, but I was like, Elizabeth, I can't be miserable for life, and Elizabeth was like, if you do, I'll buy you cats. Okay, well, I was like, I brought that up, and after she said I have no life, and I said, oh well, me too. I was like, I was like, Elizabeth, do you remember when I said I can't be miserable for life? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah. And I said, I'll buy you cats. And I was like, I'm gonna need like 50 cats. And she was like, okay, then I'll buy you 40. Well, I was like, okay. So I said, well, then I'll buy the other 10 with my no life money. And Elizabeth was like, then I'll have 10 lobsters. And I was like, just
Lobsters?
I was like, and I'll have 10 lobsters. And Elizabeth was like, no, Elizabeth said, I will have 10 lobsters. And I was like, just go to Red Lobster. Less money. And she was like, and she started laughing. And then she was like, you'll see me running down Georgesville with my 10 lobsters on the news. And I was like, and I'll be watching the news, and I'll be like, I'll say, I'll be like, oh shit, that's Liz. I gotta go get her. And, so I'll drive to her, and, in my beat-up car is what Elizabeth says, because, you know, I have no life. But, and I'll pick her up with my 50 cats and her 10 lobsters, and we'll drive to the desert, because there's no cops. Well, Elizabeth says, well, then they'll get the helicopter to shoot your beat-up car. And I was like, oh, am I supposed to have a beat-up car? And, Elizabeth was like, yeah. And then she was like, 'cause you have no life. And then she was like, and I was like, well, then we'll drive into a cave and be cavemen with our lobsters and cats. And Elizabeth was like, what about the lobs and cats? That was a funny story, because we didn't know what we were talking about. We just kept adding on. And that is exactly why she's my best friend, because we're dumbasses. And plus, we laugh 24/7. Like, I'm serious. We've been best friends for 5 years. And we're going to stay best friends. Trust me. She can't be replaced, so don't try to replace her. I love her a lot. She's pretty much my main priority. And she has to take a shit.
I'm not supposed to say that.
Oops.
Okay, I think so.
Take that out of your mind. Okay? Just, like, erase it. But, it's 10 minutes. Like, those videos last 10 minutes. But, hey, it's worth it, because she's my best friend. But, okay, well, I think I'm gonna go. I just want to tell you that Elizabeth's my best friend. And